there, folks. Welcome to Sundsvall that is very much grey. It's even been threatening with snow later in the evening. So let's do this right now. Something that I've been promising for quite some time now, but due to all vinyl tags and everything, haven't been able to do until now. I've been promising another year chart. As you know, we are a group on Facebook who make charts over years, the music over different years. And a while back we made a chart over the best songs from 1987. And I have shared my top 50 over other years in the 80s. Almost everyone was soon moving into the 70s. But 1987 was still left. We're ongoing now with charts from 1982 that I will present later in this spring, hopefully. But 1987 right now, a year where I was going 13 and starting to discover that my newly in love feeling with pop music has little starting to fade away, and I have been starting to discover more what is good and what is bad in a whole different way. And I also started to discover other new genres and listen to jazz a whole lot. So it was a very exciting music year for me. This chart was little hard to make actually, because for some reason I had the charts only on my mobile phone. I know, mistake. Rookie mistake, but I made it. And I managed to, by mistake, erase it. So I had to, in a very fast speed, try to remember how the chart looked like and then do it again, which is the reason why I can only show from the places 1 to 50. Normally I'm showing maybe a bit more of what is underneath, but the places underneath the 25 spot I can only do till place 50. But here are the places 26 to 50. So that were the places underneath this chart that I'm going to show record from. So these are the 25 best songs from 1987, according to me. And there are of course some Swedish songs, such as number 25. We have a band called Nina Letar UFO. It's a little strange name for a group, maybe. Nina Search for UFO is of course the English translation. But they made a song in 1987. They made a whole lot of great songs. I really like this band. It's really smooth Swedish rock, 80s style. But the best songs with them this year was a song called Baba Twist. But it was sung in Swedish though. Really rock and funky Swedish pop music style. Number 25. Number 24, a song that is a whole lot more familiar to many. Living in a Box with the song called Living in a Box. A band that I really like, and I will come back to this band definitely a whole lot more when it comes into 1989. But in 1987, this one were the best song by them, the song about themselves, called also Living in a Box. Number 23, getting rocky. We have some Gary Moore and Heavily Drums, Over the Hills and Far Away. Really exciting song, amazing produced, interesting lyrics, and amazing melody. 22, what would a chart be without a Pet Shop Boys? We have their single Rent at number 22. Really nice, relaxing Pet Shop Boys song from the great album Actually. That I wasn't too fond of this song when it came, but of course it soon became a real great favorite of mine. 21, Swedish. A band that was close to getting a career outside of Sweden but never really got into it. I'm talking about Trans Dance and their single River of Love. A really nice pop rock calypso style with a heavy beat, and I really like this one. And when I'm showing the chart from 1988, there will be a whole lot more Trans Dance. 20, more Swedish, this time sung in Swedish. We have Björn Afzelius and Mikael Wiehe. And now the majority of one is, who are they? They were some of Sweden's most famous prog musicians once, that turned into more singer-songwriter style, you can call it. Singer-songwriter rock style. And they had a band together called Hoola Bandoola Band. They broke up the band, and now in 1987 these two members made a new album together. And it was actually a really great album, especially the song Mitt hjärtas fågel, The Bird of My Heart. A really nice song with very airy production and amazing soft rock singer-songwriter style. That I really like this song. Have done it since I was a kid. 19. No, this is not 1985. It's number 19, and it is New Order. And a single that I don't have, but of course it is on Substance, and then I'm talking about the song with some wrestling in it. Can you believe it? A wrestling in the video? I'm talking about True Faith. Amazing synth production, hitting, and really nice, amazing beat. True Faith, New Order. 18, more Swedish. This is a band that is 1987 and 81 with a couple of singles from their album, and then they faded away pretty fast. But what singles and what album it was. The band called French Revolution. It was a band circled around the producer Paris Edvinsson, and had different singers on every tracks. But this one is still the one that they are most famous for, the song The Light from Fantasia. They had every time a little bit of science fiction lyrics. So of course this one is very much UFO style on the lyrics. But it is a really nice, dreamy production that I really like. So huge favorite song of mine. Well, we're sticking with Swedish for some time now. The 1987 was such an amazing Swedish year with a lot of great Swedish songs. I know that several of friends of mine on that Facebook group didn't agree with me, but I still think 1987 was a really great Swedish year. Secret Service. The band who had a pretty good hit in USA with Oh Susie, We Run Out of Time. This hit from 1987 was supposed to be some kind of a comeback. And it was so amazing, great synth disco style. I'm so in love with you. Favorite from the first time I heard it. We have more Swedish, even more familiar, I suspect. Marie Fredriksson, one half of Roxette. And Roxette started in 1986, but that didn't stop Marie Fredriksson from continuing doing solo stuff, such as the album, the magnificent, amazing album Efter Stormen, After the Storm. And this is the title track that was one of her biggest hit singles as a solo artist in Sweden. And it is, I really loved it as a child, and I still think it's amazing made, real relaxing, and real great singer-songwriter style, singer-songwriter rock pop, and I really like this song. Now we're leaving Sweden for a while and go to Australia, and a band that was this year and unfortunately nothing more. They are considered a one-hit wonder. They are not a one-hit wonder. They had a hit in the beginning of the year called Living in a Dream. But this one is, of course, the one that they are most famous for. Their cover version of Lips Inc.'s Funky Town. I'm talking about Pseudo Echo. I'm no fan of Lips Inc.'s version. It is okay, but not a huge favorite of mine. But this cover version, is definitely an upgrade. This is a real funky and amazing production, such an amazing beat to it. So Pseudo Echo, Funky Town, number 15. Number 14, and we're coming to an artist that isn't that familiar by real name. Fact is, I think he only made this single and maybe one more. I'm talking about the project M&H Band. That was more or less a one-man British project. Most famous, or should I say only famous, for his version of Hot Butter's Popcorn. You can call it a thread going from this to this, because this was also a huge hit from the past, made in a new, really upgraded version. Though I really like Hot Butter's version. But I think this one is, I can't help it, this one is such a nice disco beat, so I think this one is the better version in my opinion. M&H Band, Popcorn. 13, one of my absolute favorite singers of all time. She had a really great 1987 with songs from an album that I showed much of during the 1986 chart. I'm talking about German Sandra, produced by Michael Cretu, and the single Midnight Man. Really great and mysterious production, and really dreamy production, as always when it comes to Michael Cretu. 12, of course, it has to come sometime. Depeche Mode released an album in 1987, Music for the Masses. And from there, we have at number 12, Never Let Me Down Again. a song with interesting lyrics. It still is debated what it actually is about. But what you can say is that it has an amazing production, amazing digging sound to it. I really like this song a whole lot. 11, another band from 1987 that had a great 1987, I would say. I had a great 1987 with an album that I still consider one of my absolute favorite albums ever. I'm talking about Level 42 and their album Running in the Family. Such an amazing, funky and well-made album. Definitely one of the best albums ever. The title track was a huge hit this year, at least here in Sweden. And really nice groove stuff that I liked from the first time I heard it. Number 10, and it came out so many great albums in 1987. How about Wax albums American English? That also were a really great album. And Wax, Andrew Gold and Graham Goldman, that made very intelligent and funny pop music with very special, interesting lyrics. And how about Building a Bridge to Your Heart, that had such an amazing, catchy refrain. I'm shocked that it became a pretty good hit, but I'm shocked that it didn't became a worldwide huge success with this refrain. Whoa, building a bridge to your heart. It's such a catchy refrain that it's amazing. And the video, of course, by Graham Goldman's former fellow 10cc members, Godley and Green, that made the video. A really fun video. So number 10, a song that has been with me from the first time I heard it. It is so amazingly catchy and fun song. Now, number 9. Now we're going back to Sweden and one of my absolute favorite Swedish musicians. I'm talking about Peter Lemark, that released an album this year, a self-titled album that was supposed to symbolize a new start for him in the career, with a whole lot better melodies and stronger songs. And it really is. It definitely is seen as a new start in his career, where he became a household name in Sweden. Especially through this song, Hold On Me, Hold Me. That was a pretty good hit this summer, and was the song that was the breakthrough for him. And real exciting and really great production. And Jessica Wimert is the name of the background singer that sings amazingly well in the refrain. Definitely a classic. Number 8, we have, of course, more Pet Shop Boys. And their version of Always On My Mind. Many people, of course, think of Willie Nelson or Elvis Presley, and while I think those versions are not my style, that is the interesting thing, that when you hear a cover first, before the original, you think that the cover actually, before knowing how the original sounds like, you think that the cover sounds better. If you like this version first, and then the original sounds like a little bit dated versions, even though they were the original, because you heard the cover first, you like the cover first, and that was the case with this one. I think that the originals are little too slow for me. But the disco feeling in this one are amazing. How they managed to take a ballad and made a speed up cover of it that really managed to sound like it is a song of its own. So this has always been a huge favorite of mine. The place at this top 50 chart was it had to be. Number 7, going back to an artist that I just showed. I'm not talking about Peter Lemark. More Peter Lemark from this self-titled album that I showed, and a song called Vägen låter oss längta. The road led us longing. And this song is the lyrics are fantastic. It's very much Bruce Springsteen feeling over the song, but it's such an amazing singer-songwriter style with a great harmonica, and it's a song actually that symbolizes from what he had told. It symbolizes his real life then, where a couple is stuck in the relationship between the four walls of their home. He describes the feeling so well. Amazing song. Vägen låter oss längta by Peter Lemark. And more Peter Lemark, of course, in 1988. We have at number 6 one of the coolest songs, funniest songs. I'm talking about Hooters from the album One Way Home. I don't have the single yet. And I'm talking about the song Satellite, that you might see maybe as a little bit of a prelude to Genesis, Jesus He Knows Me, a song about preachers, TV preachers that more collect money for the sake of money than the charity itself, and stuff like that. And extremely funny video also that I highly recommend. And amazing rock groove in this one. I really like the groove in this song. So definitely a high place on my top 50 chart from 1987. Hooters and Satellite. If you still can't see the light, then God's gonna buy you a satellite. Amazing words of wisdom. At number 5, coming to. And here we have an artist that we have seen already. I'm talking about Sandra, back again with a cover of a 60s song, Everlasting Love. She had a pretty good hit with it back in 1987. So good that even British disco legend Stock Aitken and Waterman did a remake of it, though it didn't become any career or more collaboration between Sandra and Stock Aitken and Waterman. Maybe for the best. Though I do like Stock Aitken and Waterman, I don't think they will be fitted good together. Sandra belongs with Michael Cretu behind the mixer board. But this is a really amazing version, really fun, catchy version with such an amazing production by Michael Cretu, and a song that has been with me since childhood. Number 4, we have another band that I have already shown. Going back to the Wax Boys, and this is the album American English. And I don't have the single for this song yet, but at number 4 it is the title track, American English. What an amazing energy in this song. Really groovy, a whole lot of energy and fun melody, fun lyrics, and I really think the energy and the production is amazing. So number 4, Wax, American English, the song. Now we have the Metals Precisions. Number 3, we have, yes, of course, Depeche Mode, Strange Love. Strange Love is a little special for its lyrics, as it is about a little more kinkier sex, and really special, but such a fantastic, genuine synth pop style. It wasn't that much. Synth pop as a genre was on its way down, unfortunately, during the late 80s. But Depeche Mode showed that where it's supposed to be, how real synth pop sounded like even in the late 80s. And this is definitely proof of how amazing it is. Now, silver, number 2, is another band that we have met before here, from one of the best albums ever, Level 42's Running in the Family, and a song that didn't become a big hit at all, but a lot of times those songs are the best. And here I'm talking about To Be With You Again. And what an amazing groove in this one. What a jazzy, fantastic jazz pop groove it is in this one. I've always been so fascinated with the bass playing of Mark King, the vocals, and the production, amazing production, and always been one of my absolute favorite Level 42 songs. And Level 42, it will also be returning in the 1988 chart. Then, only one place left. Number 1. Nummer 1. We have a song that by a band that released this single only, much because that they actually it's a collaboration between two bands, Colorbox and Arcane, and those bands had a fallout in the middle of making of this song, so they had to finish this song, even though they were nasty words between them. They did their part and then send it to one another and put it together. So they didn't make it in the same studio together because they were too unfriendly with each other. So to make it, to finalize it, one part had to mail it over to the other, and they put it together. I'm talking about one of the best house songs ever in the 80s. Mars, Pump Up the Volume, Pump Up the Volume, Pump Up the Volume, Dance, Dance. Such a fantastic groove in this one. Many might say that, hey, is there any melody in this one? It's not about the melody. It is about the groove. It is about the sound. The sound makes, at least me, hypnotized, wiggling every time you hear it, and such an amazing groove, amazing dance beat. So I've always been a really huge fan of this one since I heard it. So number 1, for me it was pretty natural, Mars with Pump Up the Volume. So that was my 1987, the best songs of this year. As I said, the next year that I will show will be 1982, and soon enough there will also be a 1988. But I think also between that there would also be a 1979 down the line also. So I have a lot of charts to show during this year. So I hope that you have enjoyed this little walk through the year 1987, and that you have a real nice time no matter where you are, no matter what you do. Take care and so long.